tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everyone, what's up? I'm your host Jade Howard, and you're watching the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for Stalker on CBS, episode 11. Oh, and season 1, Tell All. And my other awesome hosts I've got.
Hi Stalkers, it's Teresa.
Hey everybody, Cameron Lewis here with. I can't believe it's 11 episodes already.
I know, we're finally at 11 episodes, and the music's still going, so let's just groove out a little bit longer.
Oh yeah. Love the music on this show. It's so good.
I love Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. Oh, Jade. Whoa. Whoa, Jade is getting it right now.
I'm the only one dancing?
I think
Dance floor for one.
If Jade were to ever, like, stalk somebody, it would be in the form of dance.
It would be. I'd be like, hey.
Jade's wearing Jade today.
Jade on Jade. On Jade.
Hashtag
Jade on Jade. On Jade.
I gotta write that one down.
Please do. Should we do that intro again, or?
No, I dig it.
We're good?
I dig it.
So everyone knows that they're watching season 1, episode 11 of Stalker on CBS.
Everybody knows
Episode titled Tell All. All right, guys, so let's get into this. What were your first impressions, Teresa? Sorry. Cam looks like he was about to...
I'll let Cam go first.
Cam was like clearing his throat, like... me.
I will say, with all the love in the world for the show, that this was probably my least favorite episode thus far. Ooh. I'm just saying.
Why is that?
I predicted it from the beginning. I mean, I'm usually not right in terms of predictions, but I predicted it in my head that Tom Wade was going to be the guy, and it was kind of it was low energy for me.
It was kind really
of low
slow.
energy. Yeah,
and it turned out to be the guy that was obviously the guy in the beginning.
Right. So I don't know. Again, a big fan of the show still, but this is probably the slowest episode for me.
Okay, now remember in my first impressions when I said that, or maybe not my first impressions, but how it felt like how in Lost, there's like those filler episodes.
Yeah.
They're still good. You still like the show. You're going to come back to watch more. But it still felt like this was a filler.
Agreed. But I feel like the storylines moved a lot this episode.
I agree.
We saw Jack
true.
Finally get some personal time with Ethan.
Right. We see that storyline develop.
Right. And then we see the Perry and Beth storyline develop big time, actually, this episode. Perry's being whisked away by the police at the end.
Right. Well, don't spoil it. Now people are going to stop watching because we've totally told them what...
They've seen the episode.
I know. That's true. But they just... wanted to wait.
They're digging. They're digging our analysis along the way.
Okay.
I do want to say though that I feel like in this episode, and this is something I'm becoming a fan of, is the fact that we're seeing the cast act more as an ensemble now. I mean, we're seeing it gradually in each episode, but in the beginning it was kind of Jack and Beth centric, and now it's Jack and Beth and Janice and Ben and everybody. You know,
Janice kicked ass this episode.
I love it.
Oh, she did. No, like literally.
Yeah.
Kicked some A-double-S. I loved it. So let's get into the first storyline. We have Stella.
Yeah.
Who is at home at night, chilling, getting ready to go to sleep.
Big ass house.
And a big old house.
In Beverly Hills.
In Bev Hills. In 90210.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to get stalked in my studio apartment.
Or if you do, you don't really have a good chance getting out. You're asked out. Like, Cam, you're stuck. Like, very short episode of Stalker.
We've seen a lot of big houses on this show. A lot of big houses.
We didn't have a panic room, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
A house like that needs a panic room.
That is true.
Like, take out a quarter of my closet and make me a panic room. Thank you and good night.
Only a quarter, though.
Yeah. I don't need that much of a... Look, I'm in a panic room. I didn't say I needed, like a place to retreat.
Yeah.
She did have a fancy surveillance system and an alarm.
And no
with, like,
panic
the
room.
iPad.
Oh, yeah, that's
she
right.
did.
Yeah.
So she hears a thud. So she's freaking out.
Yeah.
And so... we see the shadow. We see the person in the house.
They don't attack her.
No, they just kind of...
But they're there.
Yeah.
And then she answers the door, and it's a person.
No, it's the security
guard. She ran
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
She called because they said, okay, go into a room. So she goes into the room.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because you see her, like, push this, like, a dresser.
Yeah.
She's a tiny little thing, this big old dresser. You know she got a lot of clothes in there. And she's pushing it to block off the door. Did you think that... How did she get out? How did she get through that? Like, she moved that dresser and then get out so quickly without the person who spooked her behind her?
I don't know.
That's a good catch. I don't know.
I have to look back at that.
Did I look too deep into it?
No,
Darn it, I hate
no.
when I do that.
You guys if you're listening right now,
can you tell
look
us?
Look at the episode, comment on the YouTube channel, or tweet us.
Or on the iTunes comments, because you do that too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let us know if you caught that.
Yeah, so I was just wondering how she got out there so quickly. So anyway, so she gets out there as a security guard. She's like, falls into his arms. It was like, thank gosh, are you the person I need to see right now?
Yeah.
And so now we have Beth and Jack interviewing her.
And her name is Stella.
And Stella says, look, it's my ex-husband. I know it's him. And his name's Tom Wade. He was an ex-professional hockey player.
Yeah.
Ex, not current, right?
Correct. Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
And so she's very adamant that it's him. And usually in these episodes, when it's always like that one person, the first person they mention is never the suspect.
Right, we always write this person off. Because we just assume it can't be the obvious choice.
I never write that person off.
I always do.
And I will admit, that is probably a stupid thing for me to do.
But you got it right this time.
But I got it right this time.
I was going to say, fine. And the one time you get it right, you're not as inspired by the episode. That's funny.
Yeah, maybe that's why though.
You need that tease. You need to play the game. You need the tango. You didn't have the stalker tango.
Didn't. That's what it was. I bet
you need the stalker tango.
The stalker tango. Is that something you learned in like a dance school or something? The stalker tango. That's like the move she uses in parking lots to evade the stalkers.
It is. It's like, oh, you want to stalk me? You want to dance battle it out first, see who wins here.
You would win every time.
Oh yeah.
So Tom, she talks about Tom, says he's always been a creeper.
Right.
And violent.
And said that he hit her in the cheekbone. She had to go get that taken care of. There was some civil dispute going on.
And that's why she divorced him. That was the final straw. Like, he's had the temper. He's been wild and crazy, unfaithful, all of that. But this, like, hey, so you're going to, like, ruin my face now? Okay.
They had just divorced for a month, but they were separated for about a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And she got the house. And she never changed the locks.
Which is...
Yeah,
my
not too
assistant
bright.
didn't get to it.
Yeah, but...
Girl, that should be the first thing. Before you let your assistant go, you say, look, get these locks changed. Give me a new set of keys. Thank you.
You don't have to have an assistant to get those locks changed.
No. And
especially after a domestic dispute.
Right.
Yeah, right, exactly. All I'm saying is, I would have had it changed in a matter of like 12 hours.
12?
Yeah.
Overnight, over day.
I would have moved.
In an hour.
Had a house sold.
Right, exactly. Cash out for that house and go move somewhere else.
That is legitimately something that people don't take seriously, though. I mean, I had some family members bought a new house, and when they moved in, they did not get the locks changed.
What?
For like 6 months.
That's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah,
Or do they live in a really safe neighborhood?
Not even then.
No.
Even then, you always run the risk of like the previous owner coming in and taking it. Anyways, all I'm saying is she should have changed the locks. It's always a good idea.
I agree.
You know?
Cam, the more you know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Anyways.
no, okay.
So, thank you.
There we go.
You know.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven. Steven, our lovely engineer in the booth there.
Thanks, Steven.
So we meet Tom.
Right.
They go and see Tom.
And he's a little...
He's really aggressive.
Very aggressive, but just like narcissistic, like typical athlete. I'm entitled. The world loves me. And he's saying, I have an alibi. It checks out. He doesn't really want to go in. His lawyer is present with him and doesn't really want him to go into the details about the domestic disputes and everything like that. And then finally he like gives like a quick little monologue about how Stella makes things up.
Yeah.
Not everything is true. His alibi checks out. He wants to, them to leave him alone. So that's why he gave like this elaborate answer, which to me kind of made me feel like maybe he didn't do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I wrote him off.
The only thing that was kind of suspicious for me at this point is how pissed the lawyer was. He was like super...
Very defensive.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think that lawyer was doing?
What?
Earning that check.
Yeah,
He was like, don't ask him any more questions.
Yeah.
Can I get that check? Thank you. Like the easiest money ever.
Yeah. Maybe he's a good lawyer then.
Yeah, maybe he's just that good.
Hire him myself.
Exactly.
Well, Tom said that Stella was a pathological liar, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you believe him?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
Because at that point, we didn't know a lot about her. And we know that she wasn't very careful with things, so you can easily fall under that.
She didn't seem stable.
Right.
Yeah, and whenever he said that, I was kind of thinking maybe she was the one that hit him. And she created that whole scuffle and told Jack and Beth, hey, he hit me, and this was a whole thing. But I was thinking maybe if she's a pathological liar, maybe she hit him.
Right.
And that's why he wanted to revenge Stalker or something. That's why I started spinning out of control a little bit.
And then this is when I bring it back to what was going on with the story before you, sir. Keep on spinning. So I'm going to spin you back around to when we were at this party in Beverly Hills.
The benefit for
children. You have such a good memory. I love that, Teresa.
It's good.
Thanks.
It's note-taking on my computer.
That we always make fun of, but it comes in handy every single time. So they're at this benefit. Stella is, and she's with her editor. And then she runs into
Cynthia.
Cynthia. And so Cynthia, another thing her husband said was hinting at, which kind of makes sense now. He says she had a lot of enemies. Like, a lot of people didn't like her in this town. Like, don't just think it's just me.
Yeah.
So that's when they're starting to think, okay. And so now Cynthia, she runs into her ex-friend, and they have exchanged some words. And then she goes to the bathroom.
Well, before that, we find out that Cynthia had actually slept with Tom. It was after they had separated.
Scandal.
But still, you don't do that to a friend in a small
you don't
town
sleep with your friend's
talks.
ex-husband. You don't sleep with your friend's, like, ex anything.
No.
Or current anything. That's like code.
Girl code and guy code.
And boy code, right?
It's code.
Kim?
It's guy code,
It's the code of life.
Yeah, just kind of moral code.
Moral code, like standards, self-worth, I don't know anything. Okay. Yeah, so now we're thinking, okay, so she's a little shady friend, and she's so upset with her. And you're like, really? Why are you upset? You slept with her husband. Right. You have a lot of nerve, Miss Cynthia, to think that like, you could have be upset with her whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so Stella's like, whatever, I'm over this. So she goes to the bathroom. And she gets attacked by Cynthia's date.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
That was a little weird.
And he like turns off the lights. Like, hey, there's nothing creepier than trying to use the bathroom and someone turning off the lights.
You know,
and it's like, I'm getting ready to do something here. I'm in this stall for a purpose, one purpose only, and you want to turn off the lights. And she says, hey, somebody's in here. And so, you know, she gets out. She's freaking out, obviously, and then it's him, and he's like just scuffling her. It's a little weird. You didn't know really what.
I mean, was the intent just to give her a
to shake her up? I think, yeah, kind of say, hey, this is our town or something. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of seemed like. I like the lady in that scene who popped out of the stall before that about the champagne. Like, this champagne really runs right through me.
It was a lot of champagne flowing at that party, though. Like, sign me up for that party.
That's a real scare.
What are they doing for New Year's? And there'll be that champagne there.
Yeah.
Count me in.
Legitimately, that terrified me more than the dude, because that has happened to me on more occasions than one. So that lesson be learned, you're never safe in the bathroom.
No. And it was a big bathroom.
It was a big bathroom. And then this guy comes in, like you said, just like, what? He just came in there to shake stir things up.
So he's in jail now.
Thank God.
Bad boy.
Good.
Yeah.
Bad. What was his name?
Richard
Ryan. That was
Richard.
funny too. When she's like, "Oh, hi, Ryan." She's like, "His name is Richard." Cynthia's date. She's like, "Whatever. You're doing this on purpose." Like, why are you guys being so catty?
At that point, she had already gotten the manuscript, so she knew it was written about her.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think, did Stella know? Stella didn't know that she read the manuscript.
Probably not at that point.
So I don't think that she knew that it was really sent out until people started reacting to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think her thing was, who cares if you read my book? You slept with my husband.
Yeah. Sorry.
We were separated. That means that we could have possibly gone back together.
Right.
That puts a damper on things.
Yep.
Like you said, never okay.
Never.
Moral code.
Moral. Okay, so after that happens, so she gets attacked. So now they're confronting her, Beth, and she says, okay, and Janice, hey, homegirl, you're leaving something out because people don't like you in this town. Her husband gave us the hint. You're getting attacked in the bathroom. What's going on? And what's revealed? But she has this book.
Right.
Yeah.
She's writing a tell-all.
She wrote a tell-all book.
Yeah.
And the point was she was tired of being judged by the community as just, another sports player's wife. So she wanted to be able to have a voice and break out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
I'm more than this man. I am more than this. And you're just like, okay. But she just doesn't seem like she wasn't very likable to me.
Not really.
She seemed very stuck up. So when she's like, I'm more than, and she's dishonest because she leaves out the fact that she has this tell-all book, which would have helped them probably solve the case sooner.
Right.
And instead, she's like keep withholding all this information from them. And so now they're reading the book and getting more information. So they're investigating to see if one of these people could be doing an act of revenge for her putting this book out. So they start going through the list, and the next person is her doctor, and he reveals some information, kind of actually backing up her claims that everything she's writing in this book was true. For example, he did the reconstructive surgery for her cheekbone
from the incident. Yeah,
right. And he's upset because she's revealed that
he's addicted to oxycodone.
Right, and so he can lose his license for that.
Right.
Cynthia is mad because now she's making her out to be like the whore of the town.
And she repeated that several times.
Yeah. I am not a whore.
She definitely did not want to be labeled as a whore, yet she
kind of walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Quack. It's a duck.
Yeah. Just saying.
I don't know what to tell you, honey. I don't know what to tell you. So, they're revealing all these stories about people and saying, okay, she's got these secrets. What's really going on? So they're going through the order, and then they find out about her. Oh, the doctor gets kidnapped.
Cynthia gets kidnapped.
No,
first.
It was Cynthia.
Yeah. Cynthia gets kidnapped.
Oh, okay, so what happened there?
And she's at
she
home.
makes a visit.
Stella comes over to pour a little wine that nobody drank. Waste.
Which we were pissed off about.
Rich people always wasting their good bottles of wine.
So Stella comes over to apologize. Stella apologizes. She leaves, and all of a sudden Cynthia sees a little scuttlebutt outside.
Right, that's right.
Through the security system.
That was freaky because she's watching it happen, and then all of a sudden he comes.
She's watching the monitor that's right by the window where it's happening, and so a chair comes through the window.
Right.
Which you can kind of just look out the window if you're gonna put them on. I don't know.
Look out the window. Look at the screen, honey. I'm calling 911. I'm like, hold on. Who is this man? 911.
Get out.
3 simple numbers.
Panic room in the closet.
Nobody's got panic rooms except for that one episode. There's not enough panic rooms in this episode. Give me more panic rooms. So she's kidnapped, and then
the doctor.
Then the doctor, and so they finally have another heart-to-heart.
And we see him when he's there. He's doing something with the pills.
Right, he's taking pills, and so it shows that she's really telling the truth about these things. She's not making these things up. So of course, this is even more ammunition for why people are upset about this book coming out, this tell-all. And so then they ask her, "Girl, you're lying to us. Who wrote this book for you?" "I wrote every word."
Nope.
Silence in the room.
Liar.
So finally they get it out of her. She has a ghostwriter, and so they're thinking maybe it's the ghostwriter because he's developed this obsession for her because of all these horrible things that have happened to her, and he feels like he's got to help avenge all these people's wrongdoings.
Yeah, and they've had many conversations. A lot of personal things have been shared, so they feel like they have that connection.
Exactly. And so they go to his apartment, and door opens.
Nobody's in there.
Knock, knock. No one's there.
Yeah.
But the laptop's up, and they
And?
discover that he's recorded some of their sessions,
Right.
including a session with him and
Bum, bum, bum. Tom Wade. Tom Wade.
I like how he's like, Tom Wade. No, Tom. Which one is it?
Tom Wade is his last
I know, yeah, I know. I just thought it was funny because he was like, Tom Wade, but you just said Tom. So you guys said Tom at the same time together, but you left him hanging at the Wade part.
Do you guys think that, I mean, I think that she did know, but do you think that we were meant to think that Stella knew she was being recorded? Or was that supposed to be a secret recording? I think, hey, there's no way she doesn't know she's being recorded. It's on a laptop computer.
Right.
There has to be a way. But did she know?
You know,
It didn't look like it was footage that she wasn't aware of.
I heard
She
that
in
he
the
was,
frame.
I thought I overheard he was doing it for insurance purposes.
Okay.
So then that way, if something came back to haunt him, he could prove that he had these meetings. So
Okay.
that's why.
So you think that was discussed with her beforehand? Or do you think that...
I think he was just covering his behind.
Well, the reason I asked that, though, is because it begs a question in my mind of when they show the footage with Tom Wade, how do you get that to go at that point without Tom knowing? You know what I mean? It kind of seems like,
Tom
hey,
couldn't
he would
have
probably
known.
knew he was being recorded. If she knew she was being recorded, I don't know.
Well, I definitely know Tom didn't know, because if Tom knew he was being recorded, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have killed that guy in front of the
No,
laptop.
right, but I'm
while it
saying
was
you
up.
would have to be pretty sneaky about it to get that going.
Well, apparently he
You know?
was.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, he knocks him upside the head and kills him, and they find him in the closet.
Yeah, I did. That is true.
And what was the guy's name? The ghostwriter's name? Cameron.
Cam, how'd that make you feel? You made it into the episode of
That's
Stalker,
fair. Well-
and you barely made it through the episode of Stalker. He got his SAG card, that's for sure.
That is true.
That's
That
enough
is
for a
true.
sec.
He got enough for his SAG card.
I wish I could be half the literary that this guy was.
I can't. Who is this
This
guy?
was a literary. He used a lot of fancy words. And
I
that's
know.
actually
Oh,
how
that's
they figured
how-
out
Yes.
that she didn't write the book because she had no idea what those meant.
Peripatetic. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Down some more.
they're like, do you know what these
That
words
sounds
mean?
like a word that I would use.
But okay,
Yeah.
so I loved how she's like, I'm more than just this man's wife, and so they're asking her like what these words mean, and you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, you're
Blank
not the
stare.
sharpest tool in the shed either, are you, sugar?
Which was Janice, and I love Janice.
Yeah, Janice
Janice
is
is
a-
getting me.
Janice
Awesome.
can figure it out.
I know.
Give her a cold case, and she'll make that hot. She will figure it out.
Janice, again, Mariana Clavino, who was
Hey,
on the
boo.
show with
Shout
us.
out.
Watch that interview a few episodes back.
Yes.
So what happens then? We see them digging through the manuscript again. Mm-hmm. We find out what happened, Jade. It was like a flip-flop. Like the original manuscript had a different order than the
Right.
draft that came out.
Right.
Right, that's what happened because they finally checked with the courier who was sending all these scripts.
Yeah.
Or who got the scripts. And so then they realized that the editor was the one leaking the.
Right, the editor wanted to do it to get press, but then the original manuscript was leaked by Tom.
Right. But the only person who would. No, the order that
The order was wrong because they thought it wasn't the plastic surgeon that was supposed to be next. They thought Tom was next.
right.
those two chapters
and then
were
then the plastic surgeon gets knocked out, so then goes missing.
Right.
And so then they're going through the chapters and they're finding all these people in the chapter in the book have gone missing, but they didn't know the correlation. And so they realized that the editor's version and the draft version, the chapters were mixed differently. So whoever was going by this original manuscript had was going through a different order.
Right.
And so that's when they say, oh my gosh, the doctor. So then that leaves Tom, who doesn't go missing. So they're like, we gotta find Tom.
Yeah, where's Tom at?
So Stella comes home with her security that she hires. He has one job. That is to protect her.
Right.
One simple job. And he fails because next thing we say is he's knocked out. And all of the people in her book are duct taped and tied with their arms behind their back.
That was really creepy.
That was a good scene.
That was good.
I didn't expect that.
That woke me up.
No, yeah, that's when the episode started getting good in my book.
At the end.
Yeah. It's really kind of got real.
Yeah, it got super real.
Yeah.
And so she's freaking out, and he's like, I want to prove my love to you. I love you so much. I kidnapped all of these people from your book. I've tied them up, put duct tape on their mouth, and now I'm going to kill them. So the irony is that Cynthia, the girl he cheated on his wife with, is going to be the first to go.
I know.
That was, okay, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
That gave me a great chuckle.
Yeah. That's good, Jade.
That's what you get.
Made you feel a little bit better about what she did, right?
Yeah, that's what you get. She's like, wait, but we slept. I thought we had something.
How's this from moral code?
Exactly,
Cynthia?
right?
Yeah.
And so Stella's freaking out. So she's like, I'll do it. And so then I'm starting to think they got like some little sick, twisted game that they were playing with each other.
I thought that she was playing into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I pull a Cam?
Yeah,
you might
you
have
did.
pulled a Cam, yeah.
You went too deep.
So that's what it's like.
That's a verb now?
Yeah. That's what it's like to think like Cam. Hashtag think like Cam.
There. That's a good hashtag.
That's a good one. I like
your
that
new
one.
hashtag.
I'm going to write that one down.
Did he really write that down?
He is.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if he's like writing like a stick figure.
No, yeah.
You know, like that fake writing you do, and you like draw like your doodles. Mine are like these flowers that look the same since I first started drawing them. I thought that I would get better with the doodle, but the doodle has stayed the same. Okay, as we digress. So she's saying, "Let me do it."
Yeah.
And she ends up shooting him in the arm, obviously.
Terrible shot.
She can't do anything. She can't write a book.
Come on.
She can't. She don't know. She has horrible vocabulary or limited vocabulary.
She was like a foot away from him, too. I'm sorry, Stella, but just like I could have... Any of us in the room could have done better with our eyes closed. Just saying.
Their eyes closed.
Yeah, with our eyes closed, yeah. I think we could have.
Well, and then he tackles her.
Oh, that fight!
That was a big old
She's
tackle.
fighting him off, and finally Beth comes to the rescue, and she's like, "Okay, let me get you out." So she does, and then we have this awesome fight scene between Tom.
Oh yeah.
When she pushed him down the stairs, he just
That
went
was a big fall.
down the and he survived, and he had a guy that got shot. Okay, that's how you know how bad of a shot that Stella did. That man
Was still able to move around.
He's still
really easily.
fighting.
Yeah, right.
He still has fight in him.
Right.
He just got shot. I don't know about you. If I was shot, I'd probably be in fetal position right now, even if it was just a graze.
Anything, yeah.
Even just the sound.
He wanted it. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be me. So
Poor Cameron, still dead in the closet this whole time, by the way.
I think they've got him out.
They probably cleared him
No, they got him out.
There's no way.
No.
Yeah, they probably cleared him out.
Cameron lives on forever in Stalker.
Jeez. Anyways, so Beth
yeah.
comes in.
So Beth comes in, beats his ass.
Beats him up. Beth gets real.
Down. Beth gets super real. That was
She's on
probably
her own this time, too. Did she
Right.
have anyone with her?
I think Jack was there,
Right.
but he wasn't part of the fight.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Jack, where were you at? Having
Jack
a fight
has
this
been
man
in
by
a fight
herself.
for a while.
No.
It's been mostly Beth and Janice. Ben, where the hell are you at, man?
Ben, we're
helping
not going to
Barry.
see
Ben
that.
is the one who figured out that there was an original manuscript. So
Yeah.
he contributed.
I think
this
he was
episode.
fed that information
Oh, yeah?
by Perry.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
No.
Wild speculation, but I'm going to be the one that's right in the end. I'm just calling it now.
Cam, let's bet something on that.
We should.
No, that's okay. I know my chances are not
Okay,
very
guys,
good.
in the comments, I want you guys to let us know what we need to bet Cam if his theory holds right.
There we go.
That if Ben is the person that is feeding all this information to Perry. So let us know what you think Cam should do and what if he loses and what we should do when
We win.
we win.
I'm not shaving my head or anything like that. That's not part of the wager. Well, I guess the viewers get to decide.
Yeah, they get to decide. You don't get contingency. That's like me saying, hey, if it's money, keep it under $25. The holidays are coming, times are hard. No, I don't get to do that. You don't get to do that either, Cam. Sorry.
All right. I didn't realize those were the rules, but yeah. Now
Well,
I get it.
they're new rules that Teresa and I have just established. Teresa,
Yes.
do you agree?
I agree.
Majority rules.
Okay.
All right. You okay with that?
Anna, where are you at?
Anna's got our back.
I know.
Anna's far, far
Probably
away.
true.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
So, anywho, so we find out that we've realized that it was the husband all along.
Yeah.
And now Stella gets peace of mind. And I'm thinking, well, if that made the news, like the gossip sites, this is really going to make the gossip sites. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and he's going to definitely, I mean, kidnap. There are like 8 people at that table.
8 people at
The table where they had them all duct
kidnap.
taped. The kidnap. The
Oh,
people
yeah,
that
there
were,
was a good amount of people
he's
there.
gonna,
Yeah.
he's never going to get out of jail.
And some people pissed her off, man.
Where's
She's been
his,
writing about a bunch of these people.
yeah, his lawyer though,
Yeah.
really gonna have his work cut in
Oh,
for
yeah.
him that he had earlier. Whew.
He needs to take like a Xanax
No more
before
easy,
going
yeah.
to this case.
No
I'll
more
tell
easy
ya.
money for you, sir.
No.
Oh no.
No way.
So that was, I liked it. I liked the way it ended. I didn't see
I
it
was happy
coming.
with the ending. Yeah. I didn't see
The
it
ending
either.
made up for a
Yeah.
little bit of it.
I saw a couple of people's tweets and they were saying like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting for that to happen." And I'm thinking, okay, you guys are totally spoiling it for me right now because they're all like on the East Coast feed, but no storylines were revealed. It was just, oh, it gets good. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Thanks for not spoiling.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Thanks, tweet hearts. Okay, so let's see. What's our next topic we're going to talk about? Let's see. Perry and Janice.
Perry and Janice. Ooh. Perry and Janice.
And Janice.
So Janice makes a visit to Perry's dorm room and
which
is
is
able to
great.
get in through the RA and finds that there's nothing left on his walls. She had seen pictures from Beth of all the art that he had up, the stalker art, and then he's pulled it down, which means that he's getting scared. It's a defensive move.
Yeah.
And so she looks around and she takes some pictures of the blank wall, and then Perry comes in and confronts her.
Like, hey, get out of my room. She's like, I can be in here if I want to be. The law
Right.
is in my favor in this case.
Yeah.
Because he's on like university property.
Yep.
So she's allowed to.
Yeah, which I had no idea. She said because it was a private university, she was allowed to.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing though.
Is it really a thing? Are we going to
I
go by
don't
what the
know.
TV's telling us? Cam, you should know better than that.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could argue that for a lot of the things on this show. Then you know what I mean? I don't know. It might be an actual thing. We'll
All
have to
right,
look
Cam, I'm
into
going to
it.
let you have this one.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
If I'm wrong, I'm gonna end up in a closet.
Yeah, you may.
I'm gonna end up in a closet.
But alive, though.
Okay, yeah, we'll make that deal. We'll make that deal.
Yeah. Shake that.
Yeah, we'll make that deal.
So he's freaking out, and she's like, I can be here if I want to be, too bad. And so he realizes that they're on to him.
Yeah.
Time's running out, and she talks to Beth, and she's like, hey, he took down the pictures, we can try and get him on this, that, or the other. And Beth is just saying, well, he's going to get out.
Yeah.
And I love like the story too before Janice does some investigating where they're talking about the correlation, as was mentioned in last week's recap episode, how Perry comes from money and her stalker Ray comes from money, and how instead of him being put in prison where he needs to be, he's like in like some like psychiatric ward, like a mental institution.
Yeah.
In Seattle. So she's just saying, I see the correlation between these two, and you could see it really has her rattled up.
Yeah.
And Janice really wants to help and figure something out. So even when she realizes that to no avail, that she still can't get anything on Scare Bear. When she realizes she can't do that, she gets clever, which I love. I love seeing this character, Janice's character, like really develop in the show.
Me too.
Not just in an episode.
Yeah, no, over the course of the whole thing. It wasn't just like the one episode whenever Mariana was a guest on our show. It wasn't just that specific episode where she was great and her character was big. It's continuing. We're seeing a little bit of that with Ben, too, I think.
I think we see that with the characters on the show, which makes it interesting, which makes the characters, not just the storylines, but the characters interesting, because then you actually see them it's not just covered in one episode and then that's it.
Right, yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Agreed.
It's so cool.
Agreed.
Okay.
So then what happens with Perry next?
Oh, she meets him in the parking lot. What is it with everybody loving these parking lots?
I love that scene, though. It's probably my favorite scene of this episode, and maybe even the last couple episodes.
Okay.
Because Janice essentially fires Perry up so much that he assaults her.
Right.
And she's having, I'm pretty sure she staged a cop.
Oh, she totally did. I'm sure they were all in on it.
Well, she's got a lot on Perry. She dug up
so
good
much
stuff.
She did about his basically his mommy issues and how his mom was just a little bit of a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, a little bit of a Cynthia, if you will.
Yeah, a little Cynthia. Yeah, and then how she was sleeping around and that his dad was actually suspected of murdering her, even though they ruled it as suicide.
Right.
And he's just tearing up. Like, I mean, it's a little cruel, but that's what you get.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is why you're so obsessed with people, is because you want to
replace your mom,
which is weird. So he was trying to replace his mom with his male roommate.
Anyone he holds in high esteem.
Right, yeah. I don't think it was specific to
okay.
But it is interesting.
I was just making a joke, guys, but it obviously did not.
So serious.
I know, gosh, guys. I know we recap a drama, but sheesh, lighten up a bit. Give me some giggles and laughs.
That is interesting, though, I think, that it doesn't have to be specific to a type of person. It's just somebody that is, kind of fits a certain pattern, which I think is interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. That's something that I'm kind of learning from the show. Assuming that they're telling the truth, of course, again.
Oh, they are. Everything on the show is accurate.
Okay.
They only get one inaccuracy, and that inaccuracy was her pushing that heavy chest.
The drawer,
yeah. What? You are too tiny to be pushing that by yourself. She's like...
You're talking about Beth, right?
No, Stella.
Are you talking about Stella? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's another episode, remember, when Beth... she pushing
Oh, yeah, no, she gets into something, too, yeah. And a guy, runs through a wall.
Yes.
They need some physics consultants on this show, I think.
It's a little...
Remember that guy, the Kool-Aid guy, goes through the wall?
Hey.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wait. I always say that. It's
So,
oh, yeah.
we end with Perry.
That's Fat Albert. Yeah. Okay. hey. And you guys are like, no. He says, oh, yeah. Teresa, you even sent us a YouTube clip to show, and I still messed that up. As we digress. So she brings up all these things. He assaults her. The cops come. They get him, and she gets him instead for assaulting an officer.
Which was great. It was awesome. And then you see her take him in to the police station, and he's walking by Beth, and it was another, hey, here you go, Beth. And little dirt off the shoulder a little bit.
And did you not notice how weird his hair was? Like, that's how he's been wearing his hair this whole... The way that bang swooped.
Bangs
it was like creepy weird. Bang man. Like,
it was
man
like
with
emo Perry.
Yeah, but it's like that. There's something about people with that swoop bang, and then there's like the peak though. So like part of the strand, parts of the hair like kind of open, so you just see like that one part of the eye, and it's like, oh yeah, he is crazy. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that's like crazy man haircut.
Crazy man haircut.
Crazy man hair bangs. Yeah, I was like, it's something I noticed.
I'm gonna go to the barber and ask for the creepy man bangs.
Okay, I have an idea for a bet.
Oh, no, I do not want to get the creepy man back.
You're going to have to grow your hair out, and you're going to have to have the creepy Perry bang.
No.
Yes.
See, that's not cutting your hair.
It's just growing it out.
That's an okay suggestion. I would prefer doing that over cutting.
And if your hair doesn't grow out in time, then you have to do a clip
that way for an episode.
Okay, I'll do that for an episode. Okay. Yeah. I want to hear what the listeners want, though.
No,
too.
an episode. Right. No, who cares if they want anymore? I want you to wear a bang, Perry bang.
I love it.
Okay, yeah. So that was.
I love it.
So, I don't think Perry's gonna be behind bars for long, but we can get into that.
Right.
Yeah, production.
Yeah, that was a little too good to be true. We'll save that. But what I don't want to save is something that's really important that I almost forgot.
What's up? That
people need to go to YouTube, like, subscribe, leave some comments, some feedback, good feedback, and do the same thing when you go to iTunes.com/AfterBuzzTV and leave us 5 stars and comment and subscribe. Because when you subscribe, what do you get, Cam?
We stalk your phone. Your episodes pop up on your phone.
It's so amazing.
And it says Stalker, and there's a little guy with the hood and the red Stalker text, and it just pops up there, and you hear us, and we're stalking you. But
You
it's
hear
it's
that, guys?
perfectly
That is
legal
the
way.
prize for when you subscribe and you get to stay in touch with us. So
That's
you can
right.
hear our recaps of the episode because we have so much fun doing it.
It's good for that. It's good for that morning commute, you know, getting to work with a little stalker.
A little stalker in your
I
life.
like a little stalker to warm
You got
up
that
your
long
morning.
commute. It's perfect. Nothing like driving around thinking about talking about stalking.
That's how I like to do it.
That's
Jade.
how you need to do it.
Yeah.
And if that's how you're doing it, then you are right in my book.
All right.
You were right before.
5 stars.
7.
Oh wow! Wow.
And they only give you 5, so I have to add the extra 2 manually.
You guys are getting along this episode.
I know.
I love
it's
it.
because he's further away.
Maybe I don't know.
That's why.
She has a better view, I think now. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Topic 3.
Ethan, right?
Ethan, Jack,
Ethan.
and Amanda. So basically, Ethan runs into Jack. Actually, stalks Jack.
Yeah.
On his
Reverse
run.
this time.
Learning from Dad.
Learning from Papa. A little mini stalker in the making. Hopefully for good reasons.
A little stalker in there.
Little mini stalker.
Little mini stalker.
Little
in the
spot of Jack.
Oh yeah.
But he ends up seeing Jack, and it's like, hey, what's up, guy? He's like, hey, how'd you find me? He's like,
He starts interrogating.
He's like, do you
Yeah.
live in the neighborhood? Do you live close by?
right. And
Yeah.
it's funny because before you would see Jack wanting to have these interactions with Ethan, but this time he's really trying to play it safe and really respect Amanda's wishes for him to stay away from from their son. And so it was interesting because you could tell he really wanted to be like, hey, you found me, cool, let's go hang out real quick.
But you didn't want to cross the line either.
No, he didn't. And to me, that showed me that he really did change.
Yeah.
That he grew up and that because he's respecting boundaries, which, you know, his character obviously really didn't have in the past, where it's like respect for boundaries and space, and he's just like a bit of a playboy, and he just doesn't want to be. You could see that he's evolving from his old ways, and he's become a new man, a new and improved Jack.
New Jack 2.0.
Hey,
I like it.
I like that. Jack 2.0.
Jacques 2.
Jacques.
We also see the staff accepting him more. We don't see them.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't.
sneering
It's
at
been
him
an
or anything
episode or
more.
two since we've seen the hate coming
Right.
from Ben specifically too.
I think the hazing's come to an end.
Yeah.
Like his initiation into the Stalker LAPD.
Yeah, I think.
Or was it the TAU?
TAU.
To you, yeah. And then Jack tells Amanda straight up. Ethan came up
about
to
what
me.
happened.
Right, before she could hear it from Ethan and get mad.
And she says, "Oh crap! I was telling Trent."
Where was Trent at?
I don't know. We didn't see Trent in this episode. He ran off probably. He's with Cynthia somewhere. But she says, I told Trent the deal. You're Ethan's father, and he might have overheard. I think that she maybe was okay with him hearing a little bit, and that's why she let it slip. That's why she let her guard down, because I think that she's kind of warming
Cam,
back
you're
up
doing
to
this
Jack.
thing again when you.
No, but seriously, I think she's warming up to Jack again.
I think she's warming up to
You know?
Jack, but I don't think she wanted Ethan to find out that way.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, I think it was not intentional.
I don't think it was intentional.
Okay.
Cam's like, you can have your opinion,
You
but
can
I'm
have your
sticking to mine.
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Just like Ben, the informant.
Oh, like that hair that you're about to have to grow out and have that.
wait.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, it's gonna be awesome. So he says, she, is saying, okay, maybe I made a mistake and spoke too loud, and my kid was hearing when he was asleep. And it's great because at the end of the episode, what do we see?
Their little reunion.
Yes. Okay.
They're having like a little date.
You want to be player 2?
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
It really made me teary-eyed.
Sure.
Really? Yes. Because it was so
that.
because I was trying to hide it from you guys. I was like, it did. I was like, it's so sweet to see a father and son reuniting, and you could just feel how much he was Jack was so excited, inside he was oh my gosh, it's so cool. He was just trying to be what's up. Ethan.
Yeah.
And so they just start playing with each other, and then Amanda's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Oh, you feeding him too when he comes over?"
I'm telling you, yeah, she's really fallen back into him.
I think she has. I think she has, but I don't know if she's falling into him or just happy to see him step up to the plate.
Yeah, I see that.
You know,
too,
like I feel like that's more of what it is. She's just happy to see him step up to the plate, be accountable for his responsibilities, and to see her son happy, because when she asked him, "Are you sure this is what you want?"
Yeah.
She no longer made it for her to decide. She let her kid decide for himself what he wanted to do.
Which is good,
I think that's
so
it's
sweet.
okay to cry, Jane.
I cried already when I saw the episode, but I was like, I have makeup on and I cannot run my eyeliner and my mascara, so I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it was a good scene though. I was a fan of it.
So it was a nice way to see like the episode like end
On a positive, upbeat note. I love it.
Note. Thanks, Stalker. Finally,
Yeah.
everything's like
payoff
it's always
episode.
so intense. You just never know, you know. So thanks, Stalker. All right, so it's time for some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I have a picture of Maggie Q and Dylan.
Oh.
This is what I was talking about last week.
Yay!
Steven.
Thanks,
How
Steven.
cute are they?
They look so
two of them
happy.
at a basketball game.
And they look
happy
like
as can be.
I think they're laughing.
They are.
They appear to be laughing.
yeah,
Yes,
they
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 do.
look like they're laughing.
And she looks very much into him, and he looks like he's having a good time.
I think he's more into the game. Like he's like, "Shut up, nah, this is a good play."
He's like, yeah.
She's like, "Huh, what?" No, that's adorable.
They're
That's
so cute.
adorable. I love it. Yay, on-set romance.
They need
I love
a
it.
cute name.
Maggie Dermott. That's dumb.
Maggie.
Let's not do that one.
Let's
How
chew
about
on that for a
Dylan
bit.
Q?
Dylan Q.
Dylan
That's
Q.
so cute.
Dylan
That's
Q.
what we'll do.
Yeah.
Dylan McHugh. Oh, Dylan McHugh.
Dylan McHugh.
I'm digging it.
I'm digging it. I'm
We'll
digging it.
we'll stick with that one for now until
Okay,
we
we'll
take
see.
another
We'll
one.
wait till Anna gets back, and then maybe she can give us her 2 cents.
Yeah.
Or some of the listeners and viewers can chime in too
love it.
with any suggestions.
Teresa, I always love the way you think like this.
Thank you.
Speaking of those comments, we got a few YouTube comments this past week.
Okay.
On episode 10 from last week's episode, Master Keith says, "My question is, why did Perry use drawings on his wall and not photographs? What do you guys think?"
Well, I think he would use like just pictures of her, because I think it was to show how deep his obsession with her is, and I feel that when he's doing these drawings,
It's more intimate.
yeah, and it's more like, because those aren't real instances. Some of those aren't real instances that happen, like him like choking her
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You know,
Yeah, I think that's probably why.
I think it's
That
to see
stands
how
to reason.
dark he
It
is.
kind of is like his plan, too, maybe a little bit.
His master
Right.
plan.
Yeah.
It's fantasy.
We have Mr. Kimmerk310, sorry if I mispronounced, said, "I think it's viable for the Perry storyline to go either until the mid-season finale or until the very end of the season. I don't mind either way, because eventually Perry is going to be the glue that bonds the team closer together." That's an interesting way of thinking about
He's
it.
already done that.
Yeah.
If they drag this on all the way to
Oh, Jade is going to be
I'm
pissed.
going to be PISSED, honey. I'm going to be mad. No, it'll be cool. It'll still be. I mean, no, it's cool. I mean, I don't want to get in predictions so soon, but there's no way that's the end of Scare Bear.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. One more comment. I'll read one more from Lady J882, who said, "Beth's friend should have started a fake fight with Perry last week and used that to be distant at Perry without him
That's clever.
knowing." I think that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was a horrible,
She was
horrible
horrible
liar.
at faking the okay, like, I'm working late. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
and
with
tomorrow,
that,
too.
It's like an easy break.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a very good idea.
Good thinking.
Good
Thank you for the
thinking.
comments,
Thank you
y'all.
guys. Oh, I love it that you guys are commenting.
I know.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Don't stop. And
Prediction.
Prediction time?
yeah. Oh, excuse me.
And now, your AfterBuzz
Get it.
TV predictions.
Get it. All right, what do we think? Teresa? I think you need to go first.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier. I don't think that Perry's going to be behind bars for long. I think the power of the Whitley family is going to come into play. and he'll be released, and he's going to want to get his revenge on Beth. So we're going to see some action there. And then with the Amanda and Ethan and Jack storyline, I do kind of feel like Amanda's falling into that with Jack, and it might make her fall for him. And so that might interfere with like him and his development with Beth.
That it was exactly going to be my prediction.
Yeah.
Teresa!
I stole it, but you can add on to it.
That's pretty much what I was going to say, which is I think we're going to get to a point where Jack is going to have to choose between pursuing Beth or pursuing Amanda because he sees that picture of a family in his head.
Right.
You know?
And he's going to feel that obligation because he hasn't been there for so long.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be definitely torn. He's going to obviously want to go with Beth, but here he is with his chance to redeem himself.
Yeah, I think we have the same predictions this week, too, because I was going to say that the Whitley family was definitely going to get Perry out of jail.
Now you guys have to just put your heads together.
The Whitleys.
My prediction is that Stella's book is going to sell millions and millions of copies, because after that scandal, honey, who's not going to want to read that book? That's where I stand.
That's a great prediction, actually, yeah.
And I also think that Perry's pictures, I feel that somehow whenever they have their fight scene before Beth gets real and takes Perry down, I feel that some of that's going to be reenacted.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good prediction.
That's
Do you think
what I'm
that's going to be
working with.
mid-season finale?
Okay. I've told you guys already, and I'll say it again. If they drag out this storyline.
Oh, yeah. I think they might, though, Jade. Buckle up, girl.
I'm writing no in my notes.
For it.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going to go down.
I really want Perry to be fixed. I feel
really?
like, yeah.
That's interesting.
You know, like now that we know his story about his mom, you kind of get to know him a little bit more and you feel for him.
I see that. I kind of just want to see him go away, though, too. Not go away and like, oh, I'm tired of seeing him. But, like, I kind of want Beth to deal with it.
We know it'd be crazy if his obsession transferred over to Janice now. And he's like, Beth, you were so 2 months ago.
That's an actual
Janice
danger,
is my
though.
new. Like, if he ended up going to jail and gets out, and they like show him getting out of jail, and it's like fast forward like 2 years, and then he's into like Janice.
That's a total possibility, though, for sure.
You guys like my idea?
I like that one.
Thanks, guys.
Ooh, Jade. All right. Is that it? Already?
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, I guess I can tell you guys you can find me on Twitter, Real Jade's World, and Instagram, Jade's World.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Teresa Jane.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at The Only Camshaft. I'm also doing Shark Tank on Sunday nights.
So watch that one too.
Thank you.
Support our Cam.
Yeah.
Cam's the man.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.